And now it's time for hot takes. And Craig, you get to go first.
Well, there's a lot to choose from this week. Just in the last couple of days, in a briefing inside the Oval Office, the president rolled out a picture, a chart, showing that the length of the reflecting pool, which he called the reflecting pond on the mall, was longer than the Empire State Building is tall, or the Sears Tower is. Now, why a comparison between a body of water lying on the ground and a building was unclear. Or he indicated that this platform he's building to stage the great fight on the south lawn of the White House, this huge platform, is a magnificent platform, and that perhaps like the Eiffel Tower, it shouldn't really be removed, telling people, that the reporters present, that the Eiffel Tower was going to be removed in a matter of months, but then they kept it in place, and then they kept it for years, and now it's never going to be removed. And he hopes that this platform he's building will be a permanent fixture on the South Lawn. I do not think that's the case. However, I don't want to go there. A better hot take, and a much more positive one this week, was announced early in the week that a remarkable new drug has been found to deal with pancreatic cancer. It's not only a breakthrough, it's the first drug of its kind. And in a country that loses over 50,000 people a year who die from pancreatic cancer, and I've known all too many friends who've contracted this and passed away. This drug, which a whole different approach to dealing with the disease, is showing great promise. In fact, it's, according to the research, it's doubling the survival rates among the volunteers who have been participating in this, which is really a remarkable thing. Now, that doesn't mean that a patient gets back a long life, but it does mean he or she gets back a longer life, and there's promise of a lot more good to come. And so when we dwell so often in the negative things that are swirling around Washington, D.C. and our country, I do think it's remarkable to see these kinds of results and this kind of research being done by people that can preserve and save the lives ultimately of so many.
Al, what's on your list?
Well, my hot take this week is to talk about a group that is formed within the last year in the Democratic Party that actually has some promise of helping the party move forward and redefine itself in a way that I think would be good for the party and good for but more importantly, good for the country. It's a group called Majority Democrats, and you can go to it on line at majoritydemocrats.com. I went to an event last night that was actually sponsored by my old friend Dick Gebhardt, who was Democratic leader a long time ago. But he had run across this group and he wanted to introduce it to some of his friends. This group is a group made up of 41 elected officials in the House, Senate, and local government, all new generation, basically practical political leaders. It's led by Jake Auchincloss, who's a former Marine representative from Massachusetts. But among its leaders are Senator Ruben Gallegos of New Mexico, Mike Bennett of Colorado, who's also running for governor of Colorado, Alyssa Slotkin. It's been supportive and helpful, and members include Abigail Spanberger, the new governor of Virginia, and Mikey Sherrill. So these are practical the new governor of New Jersey, who won. Mayor Eileen Higgins of Miami, the first Democrat to win the mayorship I think, in decades, and candidates like James Tallarico in Texas, and Josh Turek, who just won the Iowa primary, in which incidentally was the most important election of this primary election this week. A lot of talk about California, and for Democrats, I think the California primaries worked out just fine. But the one that's really important is Josh Turek, who is a moderate candidate, won the nomination for Senate in Iowa in an open seat, and has put that seat into play. The Cook political report moved it from likely Republican to lean Republican, which means it's in play. And the important thing is he beat an Elizabeth Warren candidate who probably would have made it basically iced that seat for the Republicans. So that's a good thing. But in any event, this group, the majority Democrats, focused on three real concerns: prosperity, patriotism, which is an important thing for Democrats to reclaim, and what I think is the most important thing for the Democratic Party: personal responsibility and civic responsibility. And so I think when I looked it up in Wikipedia, first thing it said it was trying to emulate the Democratic Leadership Council, and I looked up my own Wikipedia entry, and somebody had put in that part of my legacy was that there were groups like the majority Democrats that are trying to emulate what we did. But in any event, I was very impressed by what I saw, and it's hopeful because, as Craig knows too well, in the Republican Party, the MAGA people make all the noise, and I heard Trump say yesterday that the only people in the Republican Party were MAGA now. That's why he has 100% approval rating in the party. And in our party, the Democratic Socialist and the Squad and the left-wing extremists make most of the noise. But this is the group, majority Democrats, who are trying to build a party in the progressive center of this country that I think really has a chance to help shape the debate in a very positive way in the future.
Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.